A $2,000 monthly budget can provide a very comfortable life in many parts of the Philippines, but a few spending habits can stretch this budget faster than people expect. Welcome to Gallivanting, Kendall. I'm Kendall Clement. I've been living fire here in the Philippines for almost 4 years now. And here I show what everyday life actually costs once you're living abroad. Beyond the spreadsheets, the real numbers that shape your lifestyle month to month. Because when you're living fire overseas, even a few $100s in your monthly budget can completely change how comfortable life feels. Today, we're looking at 5 mistakes that can quietly stretch a $2,000 monthly budget here in the Philippines. Hit like and subscribe, and let's ride. A $2,000 monthly budget in the Philippines is a very solid number. Once you reach about $2,000 a month, life usually starts to feel more comfortable compared to lower budgets like $1,200 or $1,400. But the key word is comfortable, not unlimited. $2,000 can support a relaxed lifestyle if spending stays balanced. Let's start with housing, because housing is usually the biggest expense. At this level, rent typically lands between about $400 to $600, depending on location. In smaller cities, $400 can rent a comfortable, super comfortable apartment. In Cebu or Davao, condos often land around $450 to $550. In parts of Manila or Taguig, $600 can still find something reasonable if you're flexible. And like a friend of mine, you can find a really nice condo in a luxury condominium complex for about $600 a month with decent square footage. One mistake that stretches this budget is jumping too quickly into a higher rent. If someone moves into a $900 or $1,000 condo, suddenly half of the $2,000 budget disappears, and people do it. That leaves about $1,000 for everything else: utilities, groceries, transportation, healthcare, and lifestyle. A more sustainable approach is keeping rent closer to $450 to $600. At $500 rent, that leaves roughly $1,500 for the rest of life. That difference can dramatically improve how relaxed the budget feels. That extra $900 to $1,000 per month compared to higher rent creates breathing room that protects the rest of the budget. Over a year, that difference can reach $10,000 or more, which is a meaningful amount for travel, savings, or simply peace of mind. It also gives you flexibility to adjust if prices shift slightly or if one category runs higher than expected in a given month. Now, let's talk about food. A typical grocery budget might land between $350 and $500 a month. If someone cooks often or mixes occasional dining out, $400 to $450 works very comfortably. But the second mistake is leaning too heavily on restaurants, delivery, and imported groceries. When that happens, food spending can climb towards $700 or even $800. A casual meal might cost $8 or $10, which feels inexpensive. But if that happens daily, the monthly total climbs quickly. Add imported items, and suddenly food alone can approach $750. If groceries stay around $350 to $450 and dining remains occasional, the category stays balanced. That $300 difference between $450 and $750 is one of the biggest drivers of whether this budget feels easy or tight, and over a year, that's about $3,600. The third area that can stretch a $2,000 budget is transportation. Many people rely on Grab, taxis, or jeepneys. A typical transportation budget might land between $100 and $180 a month. But owning a car changes the math. Gas might cost $120 to $200 monthly. Parking can add $50 to $100. Maintenance and insurance add more. Before long, transportation might reach $350 to $400 monthly. On a $2,000 month budget, that extra $200 difference matters. Using Grab and occasional rentals often keeps transportation closer to $120 or $150, leaving more room elsewhere. That savings of around $200 per month can be redirected into lifestyle, travel, or savings, adding up to about $2,400 per year. Another category is utilities and connectivity. Electricity water, and services often land between $70 and $150 a month. Internet might cost $20 to $60, and mobile plans another $10 or $15. Sometimes people spend as low as $8 a month on their mobile. So, utilities and connectivity typically land around $110 to $180. The mistake here is heavy air conditioning use. Running it constantly can push electricity to $180 or $200. Now, utilities plus internet might reach $230 or $250. Let me also mention, from the time I moved to Cebu to the time I'm now living in Manila for the last 5 months, my electricity bill, haven't changed any of my usage habits, has increased 2,000 pesos a month. Utilities plus internet, as I was saying before, might reach $230 to $250. That difference stretches the budget. Even an extra $80 per month adds up to nearly $1,000 per year, which is money that could have been used elsewhere. Using air conditioning at night and fans during the day can keep electricity closer to $90 or $120 instead of $200. Healthcare is another area where expectations don't always match reality. Basic care is affordable. A doctor visit might cost around $9 to $10. Specialist visits might land between $25 and $40 or $50. Routine health care can be manageable, but ignoring health planning is a mistake. Larger medical events can reach thousands of dollars. Many residents budget between $100 and $200 per month for health care planning. That helps protect the overall budget and prevents one event from disrupting everything financially. Over time, that preparation becomes one of the most important parts of maintaining a stable lifestyle. Lifestyle spending can also grow quietly. Gym memberships might cost $35 to $50 a month. Travel and activities can add another $100 to $200 monthly. A reasonable lifestyle budget might land between $200 and $350. But when travel becomes constant, this category can jump to $500 or $600 quickly. That extra $200 to $300 per month can erase your buffer fast and change how the entire budget feels. Keeping travel occasional helps maintain balance. Now, when you combine balanced categories, the numbers make sense. Rent around $500. Groceries around $400, transportation around $140, utilities around $140, healthcare around $150, lifestyle around $300. That brings the monthly total to about $1,630 to $1,750. That extra $250 to $350 buffer inside the $2,000 budget is critical. It absorbs unexpected costs without creating stress and gives flexibility for occasional upgrades or short trips. It also allows you to make better decisions instead of reactive ones when something small goes wrong financially. Without that buffer, every surprise pushes the budget higher. $2,000 can support a very comfortable life, a good apartment, reliable internet, affordable transportation, healthcare access, gym memberships, occasional travel, but comfort comes from balance, not from spending every dollar each month. When housing stays around $500 or a little less instead of $900, food stays around $400 instead of $750, transportation stays around $140 instead of $350, utilities stay around $140 instead of $250, and lifestyle stays around $300 instead of $600, the system works smoothly because once you're living overseas month after month, the difference between a stretched budget and a relaxed budget often comes down to just a few $100s in the right places. And when those categories stay balanced, a $2,000 monthly budget can support a very comfortable lifestyle. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And as always, take care of each other and give someone a great day.